I'm Spanish, but not that. You know, it's not like we can go and have a coffee. If you,
Not yet. It was just the family pizza. It would be in the next like 5 to 10 minutes.
hurry up.
Okay, that's perfect. So are you
Maybe
gonna yeah. And like doing the same, like I don't know, think that it's gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah. It looks like I said, you know, I saw that area. It's just like everybody's the same stage. Yeah. If you were wandering around, you made you.
I should only have, there should only be just like an internal mic audio. I don't have a microphone. No, he's not going to talk to him. He's just walking in.
But other than that, yeah, I'm going to try to be outside.
All I'm getting here is him walking in.
You're on?
Then you have to go through security and all.
did when I last time was with him.
When you just asked
One of them.
what we spent 75.
One of three feet.
Yeah.
I was with three.
When you just asked where
Yeah.
what we also said.
Yeah.
Alright guys, stand by. The motorcade is like a block away. It's coming up right. It's coming up soon though. Alright guys, the main motorcade is coming in probably in 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Get the Alright guys, Trump's JD, sorry. Trump's out. Trump's coming in.
Looking live there in Washington, D.C. There are blue skies in Washington, D.C. this morning. As you just saw, the president-elect walking into St. John's Episcopal Church. This is as to tradition for presidents-elect to attend a church service right there near Lafayette Park, near the White House. Again, you're watching live broadcasting right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. There are no video cameras for television or streaming inside the church service. We'd love to bring you something like that, but that's just not happening on any networks. As we see here that the president there attending church, again, blue skies in America. Hello, everybody. I'm Matthew Alvarez, looking forward to going to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler and Christina Loren to join us with live team coverage for Inauguration Day in America. It is January 20th, 2025. Beautiful, beautiful photos, 3 of them there, live video perspectives from the White House to the Capitol Hill U.S. Capitol building, and then to the St. John's Episcopal Church there where you just saw the president-elect walking in. This is his first thing to do today, is to go to church. Then after that, there will be tea at the White House with the outgoing administration. So both the president-elect along with Joe Biden and Jill Biden will meet with Mr. Trump and Melania today at the White House. That's up next for President Trump. Then it will be off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony and all of the inauguration coverage that we will have for you throughout the entire day right here on RSBN. Also today, more than 200 executive orders that will be implemented into policy immediately happening today. President Trump, promises made, already promises kept. He said over the campaign trail at the rallies that he would be doing so many actions for this country that are great on day one. Well, here we are, day one, blue skies. Yesterday, quite cloudy on the last night of the previous administration. And here we are, looking forward to, as Bobby just put it on Truth Social, morning in America, as in good morning here in America, as you see 3 live vantage points. And of course, we're live right here. I'm Matthew Alvarez again. It is 8:47 Eastern time as we look forward to bringing you all of this live coverage today. When we go to Bobby and Megan, they'll be at Capital One Arena. We'll also go to Christina Loren today. So a lot of coverage as we get ready for a number of all sorts of live coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Let's go now to one of our sponsors at Right Side Broadcasting Network, as you'll see in just a minute on your screen. But we do know, of course, that it says it right there. I can say it because it's right there, right? Badass all-in-one home gym. So getjackedup.com. That is one of our great sponsors here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. That looks like a sweet home gym system, if you ask me. If you want to get more information, just go to that website right there and go to the QR code as well to get more information on this great weight system. Getting in shape, always a good thing. Make America healthy again. To be honest with you, over Christmas and the break there, ate way too many cookies. They were very good, but you know what? I started to turn a new leaf, and hopefully we'll continue to eat healthy and start working out a little bit more too. All right, so great sponsor here at Right Side as you're taking that live look. It's the quadruple box here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. All right, so after church, President Trump, again, will go to the White House for tea with Biden and his wife, Jill. Melania will be accompanying President Trump as well. Then again, off to Capitol Hill for the indoor rotunda ceremony. This is the first time this has happened, as many of you have heard, since 40 years ago, where Ronald Reagan, for his second term, was sworn in for the people to see. Also, it was the wind chills were very low there in D.C. back in '85. We're looking at about 20 some odd degrees right there in D.C. right now, but a low in the teens, even lower, possibly 11, 12 degrees. And then you add the wind chill, obviously bitter cold there. So the decision to go indoors, but also looking forward to bringing you coverage from Capital One Arena, where there is a viewing of the ceremony. So just like last night for that huge rally, it would be a packed house inside that arena as well. So a huge celebration today. So I see today as three things. One is the official proceedings that we'll see, the great moment that President Trump will become the 47th Commander-in-Chief. Then the celebration kicks off when we see over at Capital One Arena a presidential parade, performances, and also a possible visit by DJT himself, the 47th president. And then the third part of today is the action, the executive orders. So we have the official proceedings, the celebration, and the actions all in one day. This is 24/7 news at a hyper speed, a historic speed. As President Trump said just yesterday, there will be historic speed and strength today when it comes to the executive orders that are going to be signed, and also all about making America great again. All of these executive orders that will be immediately put into play will be today. And so we will see all of that news coming out. So stick with Right Side Broadcasting Network on Truth Social and on X and on our website and right here on the network as we are live here streaming to you. As we get the news of these executive orders, we do know a few of them, of course, generally speaking, have to do with the border, with illegal immigration, with the J6 pardons. There have already been drafts written for that. There are so many great things about to happen here for our country. A lot of very serious news to be had as well. This is, again, a day of celebration and official proceeding. But President Trump not wasting any time. As you know, yesterday during that rally speech, he said along the lines of that people said, oh, we should spread out some of these executive orders over the coming days and weeks and maybe months. No way. He is going to sign more than 200 today to get the job done, because it is day one, and we know that it shows the seriousness of the situation of our country. Yes, we are happy that we have a common sense leader stepping into the White House. Yes, we're happy for the strength and to get back to it here in the country. But we also know that outside of that celebration is the action that President Trump will be taking today. Also, we will be able to celebrate tonight. We'll have live coverage in our second broadcast starting at 6:30 Eastern, the inaugural balls in Washington, D.C. The Liberty Ball, the Commander-in-Chief Ball. We'll have our cameras at the Liberty Ball as well, where Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler will be live. We'll see President Trump along with the First Lady with their first dance there as we kick off this second administration for President Trump. So yes, it's a great day in America. As you see again, if you're just joining us right now, the bottom left of your screen showing beautiful blue skies in Washington, D.C. Yesterday, of course, very cold and cloudy, still very cold in Washington. But it's beautiful to see blue skies there. So on the bottom right of your screen, that is the St. John Episcopal Church. That's where President Trump and President-elect Trump and the Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and their spouses are attending church service. Again, this is a long-time tradition for presidents-elect to attend church at the St. John's Episcopal Church, which is near Lafayette Park, near the White House. So a lot to get kicked off today here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Go ahead and share this live link on Rumble and on other platforms as you're watching, and let people know that we are wall-to-wall today, and we will bring you live coverage. And again, we will be joined by a number of our great hosts here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Bobby McNeely, Megan Kohler, Christina Loren, team coverage live from Washington, bringing you the sights, bringing you the sounds, bringing you the moments of this great day that we have prepared for a long time. Some of us might have thought, is this really going to happen? During the campaign, are we really going to win again? We knew we had the majority, but we know what happened in 2020. But being too big to rig, it took place in the sense of being way too big to rig. And then on top of that, the RNC with Laura Trump and Michael Whatley and all of the lawyers and all of the people watching like a hawk the entire election, and all of the great grassroots groups, all of the election agencies and election integrity and election security groups out there. Everybody really focused on it. And on top of that, again, too big to rig. Winning the popular vote, winning the Electoral College, all 7 swing states. What a night on November 5th. Well, here we are now, as President Trump said, 75 days since that great win. We are now on January 20th, 2025. So happy you're with us. Stick with us today. Why not, right? I know some of you might be watching at work as it is Monday, but it is Martin Luther King Day, so a lot of you have off. So this is going to be a lot of coverage today. As President Trump mentioned the other day, that this will be a large TV audience, a large streaming audience as well, because of the fact that those of you that are in Washington, D.C. that wanted to see President Trump outside the Capitol and to deliver the inaugural address, obviously for reasons including the cold weather there, the only confirmation I have and we have at the network is it was the cold weather, of course, bringing everything inside, just like back in '85 with Ronald Reagan. We know that the audience will be quite large today. Happy that you're with us here, and happy that you're going to be seeing Bobby, Megan, and Christina as well a little bit later in the broadcast as we get ready to go to them live at Capital One Arena. All right, so one of our other sponsors here is Done With Debt. Done With Debt, as you see right there, donewithdebt.com. That number's on your screen. If you fight for your financial freedom, you can do that through this group right there. This is a group that's going to help you reduce your debt and figure out a game plan for you. Great to see the president there in that cutout right there with his fist in the air. What a time that was for our country. Go to donewithdebt.com. Fight for your financial freedom. Of course, specializing in eliminating credit card and personal loan debt, as you see there on your screen. Call them at 888-322-1054. An awesome sponsor, donewithdebt.com. Now, that picture right there that you saw with the Secret Service agent with the sunglasses on, Mr. Curran, he is now going to be the Secret Service Director for the United States Secret Service. So President Trump appointing him to that role. Last night we saw Kash Patel on stage at the TPUSA Inaugural Eve Ball right here on Right Side, and of course appointed to head up the FBI. Pam Bondi over at the AG's office, over the Department of Justice, and a number of great picks by President Trump, as you know. But today, as we approach the top of the hour, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 a.m. on the West Coast, thank you so much for joining us, Matthew Alvarez, as we see a few people walking in there to the St. John's Episcopal Church, where President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance are attending service. Once again, this is a tradition for presidents-elect to attend church at that building right there, not too far from Lafayette Park, which is right across from the White House. After this, as we go over some of the specifics here, brought to you by the AP in the sense of a list of all of the specifics, I do want to share with you the schedule of today. So we do know President Trump will have, again, a White House and share tea with the outgoing administration. Then it's off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony along with that inaugural address. Hearing that the president's speech will call for, quote, revolution of common sense. A revolution of common sense. That article you can find on Truth Social and on X, on our account at RSB, and on Truth Social and on X at RSB Network. So again, hearing the president's speech will call for a, quote, revolution of common sense. Isn't it great that it's a revolution of something positive, great, and wonderful for our nation? We are going to go to one other sponsor here. Before we do that, I just want to continue on that we know that the official swearing in will take place at noon Eastern time, and Chief Justice John Roberts, of course, will lead the president in the oath. Looking forward to seeing all of that live coverage. Let's go to Tax Network USA as well, one of our great sponsors at Right Side, Tax Network USA, 800-357-1415. If you missed any taxes over the years, you need a little help with figuring out the game plan there, you can go to tpusa.com/RSBN. This is a great group right here. You'll be able to get somebody on the line there at 800-357-1415. Tax Network USA. All right, it is the top of the hour here, 8:59, just about to be 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Matthew Alvarez. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching live coverage of Inauguration Day in America. We'll see you after the break.
A large retail store just canceled a huge order, leaving us with a ton of extra My Pillows. But you know what? That's their loss. I'm going to make it your gain. For the first time ever, you get standard classic My Pillows for wholesale prices, only $14.88. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Only $14.88. But it gets even better. For a limited time, I'm going to offer my entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Upgrade to a queen size My Pillow for just $18.88. King size only $1 more. Get my body pillows for $29.88 and multi-use My Pillows for only $9.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on the screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of wholesale pricing for the first time ever on TV, including my standard size My Pillow, only $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. We have limited quantities at this price, so limit's going to be 10, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Hey y'all, it's Silk from the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show. Look, don't forget to check me out right here on RSBN Network. Be sure to watch the show on Right Side Broadcasting Network, and I want you to support Right Side Broadcasting Network. Yes, it's imperative that you do so, okay? I look to see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network, your trusted conservative news outlet. At RSBN, we deliver the truth when the mainstream media falls short. Since 2015, we've proudly broadcasted every single one of President Trump's iconic MAGA rallies, bringing you the excitement and energy live before anyone else. By watching RSBN, you get an unfiltered front row view of the action on the ground. We interview the crowds to give a voice to millions of Americans just like you. We show you President Trump's speeches in their entirety, free from interruptions and censorship. We cover the stories that matter to you with the integrity and passion you deserve. Thank you for choosing RSBN as your home for America First News. Together, we stand strong, united, and informed. So join us and be part of the right side of history.
Welcome back. Live coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Blue skies. If you're just waking up and joining us, look at that there at the U.S. Capitol building. Inside that rotunda, the great leader of this nation, who has been the great leader of this country and the free world since 2015, 2016, will be sworn in right inside there at that rotunda of the U.S. Capitol on Capitol Hill. Blue skies in America. Thanks so much for joining us as you take a live look at the White House, the Capitol, and outside of St. John's Episcopal Church, where President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance are attending service. Again, this is a tradition for presidents-elect every morning on Inauguration Day to go into that church right there to have church service, and then onward to the day's agenda. Of course, a lot of coverage about to be had here at the network. We'll be seeing the oath of office. We'll be seeing the inaugural address, speeches. We'll be seeing and hearing and experiencing some great artists and performers singing. And also over at Capital One Arena, where that rally was last night, Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler, our RSBN hosts, will be there as well for that. So a lot of coverage, a lot of different vantage points today, as it is quite cold in D.C., but awesome to see blue skies, as we are excited to bring you this coverage, because obviously this is about that fork in the road that we kept talking about leading up to November 5th, the right turn toward strength and common sense and making America great again, or the left turn towards a very progressive, liberal, extreme agenda, anti-everything that this country was founded on. Those are the facts, and the people said, nah, we're not going left, we're going to go right. And that's what happened. We saw it, too big to rig, and here we are as we look forward to seeing the reform of this country. And, you know, Elon Musk saying the same thing on X, on his headline page that he had for a while. He had that the people voted for majority of the people voted for government reform. So that obviously looking forward to seeing that happen here. So let's go on with some of the agenda again. As you're just joining us, we can share with you some of the details of today. And also, again, we'll be going to Bobby and Megan as soon as that is up and running there at the Capital One Arena, where I believe there are people outside already waiting to get in line and waiting to get inside that arena to watch this great ceremony that will be had in just a bit from now. We're looking at 10, 11, 12, 3 hours, less than 3 hours until the president-elect gets rid of the word elect and is the President of the United States, the 47th Commander-in-Chief. So one of the most important parts of today, after those official proceedings, is the President's signing room ceremony. So it's a President's signing room ceremony where more than 200 executive orders will be signed by President Trump, and those policies will take effect immediately. Those include, of course, border security, all things that would be positive and great for our country. At the end of the day, common sense and truth. And these are the things that President Trump, as you guys know, on the campaign trail has been talking about for several months, obviously years. And within the first administration, so many great positive things were happening. Then we're looking forward to seeing more of that, plus even more of the same and better here as we look to make America great again as a team. You know, yesterday, President Trump saying, when we are sworn in together and you know, as president, of course, he representing we the people, but he said the word we again. You know, that's something that he said during those campaign stops. When we win the White House, well, he gets we the people. He definitely gets we the people. You know, the test of time, and then also the test of all the terrible things that he had to face and has faced for all of us. He could have quit. He could have said, nope, not doing this anymore. But there's something very unique and very special about President Donald Trump and what he has done for this country and what he has done for the free world. How about saying straight up there would be, quote, hell to pay if Hamas would not release release the hostages? Well, we saw what has happened just recently. 3 American hostages returned. So he's a man of peace through strength, but definitely gets the job done and is an outsider, is a regular guy. And when I say regular guy, I mean someone that can talk to anybody, doesn't really pay respect, pays respect to basically everybody. I mean, he's the guy. I mean, we're looking at this live picture here of the White House and the Capitol and all these official proceedings. But remember, on the campaign trail, he was the guy that stepped into a garbage truck. He was the guy that went to McDonald's and served from the window. Are you serious? Yeah, that's who we're working with here. And he's the one that also made America great then in this first administration, will make it great again this next administration, and has promised us a lot of a great core of promises that already, again, promises made, promises kept. He already said that he's going to do a lot on day one. Well, it's day one, and he's going to be not just soaking in the moment. He'll soak in the moment, but he'll also be so happy to sign executive orders today. He's not waiting. He's not slow rolling this thing. This is going to be, as he said yesterday, historic speed and strength when he's signing these executive orders later today. As you're taking the live look, videos of the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and St. John's Episcopal Church. We will be going soon to Capital One Arena as well, because what's awesome about you're about to see is I believe there are thousands and thousands of people outside of Capital One Arena. And Bobby and Megan are RSPN hosts, of course, that you've seen here at the network over the past 4 days of coverage. We'll be interviewing people there live. Today is a day, again, of official proceeding, of celebration, and of action, all in one day. So the trifecta of sorts in the political world and for our country as we get ready for some live coverage. As you see right now, some activity just outside of St. John's Episcopal Church. Again, the president-elect and and vice president-elect Vance are in there with their spouses and family and other staff at this church service. And we will be seeing both the president-elect and vice president-elect walk out of the church into their respective motorcades with extremely tight security, and also with a lot of prayers from the nation and prayers from the world. Let's be real. I mean, when you look at all of the people that are of the free world that want to be free, or in a free nation like ours, they're praying. They want great things for our country, but they want great things for their land as well. Think about Hungary and the people of Brazil and the people of Poland, the people of the UK. They want to be free. They don't want some super extreme leftists ruling over them, telling them what they can say, what they can think, what they can buy. That's why we here say, don't tread on us. This is of we the people. This is our land, and this is the Constitution that our founding fathers wrote for us. So that's what's great about President Trump today, when he says he's going to preserve, protect, and defend the United States Constitution. An Alabama delegate, a Trump Alabama delegate, sent me a photo of the Constitution recently. She was with her family in the National Archives Museum. And I asked them, because I knew that they all texted and said they're going to this museum. I said, well, can you send me a photo of it? So I'm going to post that on Truth Social here in just a bit. But it's wonderful to see the actual Constitution of our United States there in Washington, D.C. at the National Archives Museum. Great museums there in Washington. Obviously, tons of history. And speaking of that history, we'll be seeing today a historic day. Again, President Trump saying with historic speed and strength will he be signing all of these executive orders. Again, policies that will be enacted right away in Washington, D.C., inside the White House there. I'm also looking forward to, obviously, a member of the press, looking forward to seeing the Washington, D.C. Brady press briefing room, Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, taking questions from the press. When will that first White House press briefing be? I haven't heard. We haven't heard here at the network, but obviously as soon as there is the first one, we will be watching that and bringing you that live coverage right here as well. So we have the ability to see what is happening at the White House, at the Pentagon, at the Supreme Court, at the press briefing room. Regardless of where around the country things happen, we will be able to bring you that live feed here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, including President Trump's trip on Air Force One, his first trip to the West Coast, to Southern California, to see the LA wildfire damage that's been done there, but also to help the people of the region and increase federal support there. of course, President Trump blaming Gavin and the mayor of LA on mismanagement of this whole situation out there, with the Palisades fire being the largest one, claiming 24 lives and just a terrible situation in Southern California. For those of you that may be up watching right now at 6:13 out there on the West Coast, thank you so much for joining us. And those of you in the Mountain Time Zone, the Central Time Zone, and on the East Coast, you are watching live right now, Right Side Broadcasting Network, 9:13 Eastern Time. That is St. John's Episcopal Church, President-elect Trump and the Vice President-elect Vance and their spouses are in the church there, having a church service, taking part in that service there. And then we'll head off to the White House, where President-elect Trump and the First Lady, Melania Trump, will be meeting with the outgoing administration, a time of, they're actually having tea there at the White House, a very large and a historic tradition, of course, for the incoming and outgoing presidents. From there, it'll be off to the U.S. Capitol as we get ready for this Inauguration Day in America. Again, if you look at the top left of your screen there and a little bit around the live box right here, you can see blue skies there. Haven't seen blue skies in D.C. Over the past, I don't think, 4 days. There might have been some peaks of sun there, but today, what a great day to start. Blue skies in Washington for someone that is going to do great things for our nation. All right, so let's go through some of the schedule for the day as we get ready to go live to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler, along with Christina Loren, who will be live at Capital One Arena and other various locations throughout Washington, D.C. We have a huge crew of our camera ops as well, and all of our production staff here at the network, putting in a lot of hours over the past 5 days, but all dedicated to the cause. And the cause is to bring you the live event, to bring you the speech, to bring you all of the news that we see here. So bearing the cold out there, but definitely doing it for the right reason. Of course, being employed as well is always a perk, a great perk. So again, we're seeing and waiting for the President-elect and Vice President-elect to exit the church there. It looks like the service may be over. So as soon as I see the President-elect, we'll go there live and just listen in. We did hear some questions from the press being shouted to President Trump, the President-elect Trump. He didn't answer any of those questions, obviously just starting out the morning there, as we see a few people exiting the building. So that might be happening at any moment. And then as soon as that does, we'll also be going to Capital One Arena, where Bobby and Megan will pick up some of our live coverage as well. So again, let's get to some of the schedule as we await the President-elect to exit the St. John's Episcopal Church. After the President-elect and Melania Trump have tea with the outgoing administration, it'll be off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony, along with the inaugural address, all happening again inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, something that hasn't happened since 1985, as we see a number of people exiting the church there. Then we're hearing that the president's speech will call for a, quote, revolution of common sense, a report that I saw right here at our network, rsbnetwork.com. Let's go live right now to Washington, D.C.